Māori Affairs Committee, Chanel Ka'aluk. Is that the correct pronunciation?
Madam Speaker. Yes, that was correct. Thank you. So I'm now submitting the report from the Māori Affairs Select Committee, and we inquired into the question how we can raise the awareness of our culture and history. And so we have three main recommendations as part of our report, and the first one is compulsory education of accurate domestic New Zealand history for Year 9s and 10s, better protection of Māori culturally significant sites, and an increase in funding for promotion of the current resources that are already out there to raise the awareness of New Zealand cultural history. And so teaching New Zealand history, the reason that we recommend that is to make New Zealand historical education compulsory. In our submission, some of the submitters expressed frustration at the lack of compulsory education connected to New Zealand domestic history, specifically in terms of the Māori context. And so another submitter said there was a lack of resources and recommended that that is looked into further. And one submitter also identified the Treaty of Waitangi and its influence on the New Zealand curriculum. And they would like to make sure that the role of the treaty is able to be more prevalent in the education system so that young people can have more of an understanding of their role in regard to that. Another submitter talked about the value of having education of New Zealand history in our schools, and they're wanting to make sure that there is a flexibility for people to be taught about their local area in terms of the history, what's relevant to them. And so we want to challenge the structures and the status quo of how things have been, because if there's miseducation, that can lead to ignorance, and that can lead to racism. We would like to access more funding for programs that are currently being delivered through Polytechs, wānanga and community education. And so we'd like to also fund wānanga for local kaumātua to come together and be taught about the New Zealand cultural history also. And also we would like to have a place for kaumātua and others to come, and so those significant cultural sites need to be protected so that they're able to visit those sites. And just quickly, I'd also like to say thank you so much to my committee. Thank you for allowing me to present in New Zealand Sign Language and translate it into English, because it is a different way of expressing these sorts of concepts. So anyway, tēnā koutou katoa.
Can I call Taylor Woolley with the Social Service and Community Committee?
I now present the report of the